World War I, a brutal stalemate, millions locked in trench warfare. Then in 1916, a new weapon appeared. It lumbered across the battlefield, a steel monster. This was the tank. It would change war forever. The tank was a radical departure from traditional warfare. It was designed to break the deadlock of trench warfare. Its arrival shocked both sides. It signaled a new era of mechanized combat. The tank's impact was immediate. It offered a solution to seemingly insurmountable challenges. It provided much-needed hope to the weary soldiers. Its arrival marked a turning point in the Great War. Imagine the Western Front, a desolate landscape, trenches stretched for miles. This was the reality for soldiers in World War I. They faced unimaginable horrors. Machine gun fire mowed down advancing troops. Artillery bombarded their positions relentlessly. The trenches offered little protection. Disease was rampant. Rats infested the trenches. The stench of death hung heavy in the air. Morale plummeted. Soldiers were trapped in a living hell. Commanders struggled to break the stalemate. Traditional tactics proved ineffective. A new solution was desperately needed. The infantry's plight demanded a radical change. Military minds raced to find a way out of the trenches. The stalemate couldn't last forever. They needed a weapon to break through enemy lines. Some looked to the skies, others experimented with armored cars. But the terrain posed a significant challenge. The answer, it turned out, lay in a new kind of machine. The idea of a tracked vehicle emerged. It could cross trenches and navigate difficult terrain. This concept held promise. Could this be the breakthrough they were waiting for? Inventors and engineers worked tirelessly. They faced skepticism and setbacks, but the need for a solution fueled their determination. The tank's development was a race against time. The tank's development was shrouded in secrecy. It was given the codename tank to mislead spies. Early prototypes were crude and unreliable, but they showed potential. The British government saw the tank's potential. They invested heavily in its development. The design evolved rapidly. Armor plating was added. More powerful engines were installed. The first tanks were designated Mark I. They were armed with cannons and machine guns. Their crews endured cramped and dangerous conditions, but they understood the importance of their mission. Finally, in 1916, the tank was ready for its first taste of battle. It would be a moment that changed the course of the war. The world held its breath. Section 5, the tank's first raw debut at the Somme. September 15, 1916, the Battle of the Somme raged on. British forces launched a new offensive, among them a new weapon, the tank. Its appearance stunned the German soldiers. They had never seen anything like it. The tanks lumbered forward. They crushed barbed wire and crossed trenches. Machine gun fire bounced harmlessly off their armor. The tanks wreaked havoc on German lines. They provided cover for advancing infantry. Fear spread through the German ranks. The initial attack was a success. The tanks proved their worth. However, their debut also exposed limitations. Mechanical problems plagued many tanks. Their slow speed made them vulnerable to artillery. Section 6, a new era of warfare, adapting to the tank. The tank's arrival had a profound impact. It forced both sides to rethink their tactics. Gone were the days of static trench warfare. Armies rushed to develop anti-tank weapons. They deployed mines and specialized artillery. The tank had become a target. Military leaders recognized the tank's potential. They poured resources into developing new models. Tanks became faster. Their armor became thicker. Their firepower increased. A new breed of soldier emerged, the tanker. These men crewed the tanks. They endured claustrophobic conditions and intense combat. They were pioneers of a new form of warfare. Section 7, Beyond the Trenches, the tank's lasting legacy. The tank did not win the war single-handedly. It was one of many innovations that contributed to the eventual victory. But it played a crucial role in breaking the stalemate that had gripped the front lines for years. It paved the way for a return to mobile warfare, changing the dynamics of battlefields forever. Its impact extended far beyond World War I, influencing military strategies for decades to come. The tank revolutionized military thinking, forcing armies to rethink their tactics and strategies. It became a staple of armies around the world, an essential component of modern military forces. It shaped the course of future conflicts from World War II to the Cold War and beyond. The tank's legacy is complex, marked by both triumphs and controversies. It is a weapon of both offense and defense, capable of breaking through enemy lines and holding ground. It has been used to liberate occupied territories and, unfortunately, to oppress populations. Its story is one of continuous innovation and adaptation, evolving with each new conflict. Today, the tank remains a potent symbol of military might, representing strength and technological advancement. Its development continues to this day, with new models and technologies constantly being introduced. The lessons learned from its early use still resonate in modern warfare, shaping strategies and tactics in contemporary conflicts. Section 8. Armored Innovation, the Evolution of Tank Warfare. World War I saw the birth of the tank, but it was only the beginning. In the decades that followed, tank design evolved rapidly. Engineers constantly sought to improve its speed, armor, and firepower. New technologies emerged: sloped armor, stabilized guns, and advanced communication systems. World War II witnessed the tank's full potential unleashed. The German Blitzkrieg, spearheaded by tanks, proved devastatingly effective. Tank battles on an unprecedented scale raged across Europe and North Africa. The Cold War saw the development of even more sophisticated tanks. The Soviet Union and the NATO powers engaged in a technological arms race. The tank became a symbol of military might and a deterrent against aggression. Section 9, a force multiplier. The tank's impact on strategy. The tank's impact on military strategy is undeniable. From its inception, it has revolutionized the way battles are fought and won. It forced a shift from static defenses to mobile warfare, breaking the stalemate of trench warfare that had dominated World War I. Armies needed to adapt quickly to counter the tank's offensive capabilities, developing new tactics and weapons to neutralize this formidable threat. The concept of combined arms warfare emerged, integrating different branches of the military to work in unison. This involved coordinating tanks with infantry, artillery, and air power, creating a more cohesive and effective fighting force. The tank became the tip of the spear, a force multiplier on the battlefield, leading the charge and breaking through enemy lines. Its presence alone could influence enemy movements, forcing them to reconsider their positions and strategies. The threat of a tank attack could tie down enemy forces, allowing friendly troops to maneuver more freely and exploit weaknesses in the enemy's defenses. The tank's psychological impact cannot be overstated. Its sheer size and power struck fear into the hearts of enemy soldiers. Its imposing presence could demoralize the enemy and bolster the morale of friendly forces, giving them the confidence to push forward. It became a symbol of strength and determination, representing the technological and tactical advancements of modern warfare. Section 10, the future of warfare tanks in the modern world. From their inception during World War I, tanks have been a symbol of military might and technological innovation. The future of the tank is a subject of much debate. Military strategists and defense experts are constantly evaluating its role in modern and future conflicts. Some argue that its days are numbered. They believe that the traditional tank is becoming obsolete in the face of new technologies and changing warfare tactics. They point to the rise of precision-guided munitions and unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs. These advancements have made it easier to target and destroy tanks from a distance. Others contend that the tank remains relevant. They argue that despite these new threats, tanks still play a crucial role in ground operations. They argue that its versatility, firepower, and survivability make it indispensable on the modern battlefield. Tanks can adapt to various combat scenarios, providing both offensive and defensive capabilities. Technological advancements continue to shape the tank's evolution. Innovations in armor, weaponry, and mobility are constantly being developed to enhance their effectiveness. Active protection systems, remote-controlled weapon stations, and hybrid engines are just a few examples. These technologies aim to increase the tank's survivability and operational efficiency. Whether the tank remains a dominant force in future conflicts remains to be seen. The battlefield is ever-changing, and the tank must continue to evolve to maintain its relevance. However, its impact on warfare is undeniable. Tanks have shaped the strategies and outcomes of numerous conflicts throughout history. It will forever be remembered as one of the most revolutionary weapons in history. From the trenches of World War I to the deserts of the Middle East, tanks have left an indelible mark on the art of war. Section 11, Keep Exploring the Past, informs the present. The story of the tank is a fascinating one. It is a testament to human ingenuity and the ever-evolving nature of warfare. But it is more than just a history lesson. By understanding the past, we can better comprehend the challenges of the present. The lessons learned from the development and deployment of the tank continue to inform military strategy today. So keep exploring. Delve deeper into the history of the tank and its impact on the world. The more we understand our past, the better equipped we are to navigate the future.